It's very kitschy, it's very over the top.
There is a party going on in your mouth. It
wasn't chewy, it wasn't rubbery, it was just perfect.
I think that the focus there is really on the food.
Phenomenal. The chicken tandoori is my favorite there.
All just, I mean, out of the ballpark good.
Firearms instructor Will Farruggia says if you're aiming to have a good time while enjoying well-prepared barbecue, you've got to give his place a shot. He says the ambience always triggers good feelings and the prices are right on target. It's in Coral Springs and it's called Rock and Roll Ribs.
It's a barbecue joint with rock and roll, with attitude. I'm Nico McBrain. I'm the drummer for a little-known band called Iron Maiden. Oh, I'm being silly, aren't I? The idea was to celebrate my career in the industry. And so primarily, all the accolades that I've achieved over the years are in this restaurant. South Florida is very fortunate right now. You are, you know it. Come down here and check it out, because it really stemmed from backyard barbecuing, and people love our barbecues. They love the taste, the meatiness, the tenderness, the thickness, and the sauce. And I like to come in and meet and greet with people, and I like telling jokes to people. I think I've lost a few customers through my jokes, not because they're too rude, it's just so bad. I'm not here, we've got a great staff that take care of people. Everybody has said, this is so cool, it's like, I just don't want to leave. Well, you'd have to, because this is a business, all right? Rock and Roll Ribs is where metal meets barbecue.
It's really rock and roll and ribs more than just rock and ribs.
The owner actually was a client of mine, and I didn't realize who he was. When I asked what he did for a living, he said, oh, you know, I own a restaurant. And then his friend said he's in a band.
Right.
And then it turned out that, you know, he's in a very big band, Iron Maiden, which is a huge band. I said to my wife, look, we've got to go and check this place out, purely because of who this guy is. So I think the atmosphere is a blast. Rock and Roll Ribs it's a good 40-minute drive from where I live. But we now only go there for barbecues. The ribs are great, their wings are great.
And there's a salad that you love.
I love the salad. It's everything you expect to find in a good salad, but then they'll actually have the barbecue beef or the barbecue pork or the chicken, whichever you wish, also on top of the salad. My wife always has the ribs.
Baby back ribs?
Baby back ribs.
Usually gets, which they call the caviar of ribs.
Yeah.
I was very delighted, I guess, coming upon this restaurant, because had it not been recommended to me, I probably would have never gone in. You know, you see the sign Rock and Roll Ribs, and traditionally rock and roll is not associated really with you think rhythm and blues, you know, so I would have just driven right past it. So I walked in, totally unexpected, loud music, big flat screen broadcasting an Aerosmith concert, and I noticed a lot of Iron Maiden memorabilia, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know why it was there, and there were these masks, and there was this huge sarcophagus by the door when you walked in. We started with the crunchy onion rings. They were spectacular.
Absolutely the best onion rings I've ever had, and that's not an exaggeration. I believe that you can have a level of excellence with fried onion rings equal to a 5-hour reduction. Zero grease. Did you notice that? Zero grease.
But I love grease, so it's really not a big thing for me.
But there was no grease. It was absolutely grease-free for me, these onion rings. I couldn't believe it. And I have to say as well, we walked in and the place was just spectacular. I mean, it was everything I did not expect, because I didn't know the story behind it. And I live in Coral Springs.
Oh,
and I do, and I never heard of the restaurant. It was just tons of fun. It was a little mini Hard Rock going on in there, memorabilia everywhere. It was the real deal. The martial lamps going on. And my lovely wife loves barbecue as well. This is now her favorite place for barbecue.
So what did she get when she went
She
there?
actually got the baby backs, the full rack. I got the combination, which included the brisket, and we got the baby backs as well. My youngest daughter, Emily, is a vegetarian. She got the fried catfish, and the fried catfish was fried perfectly. But the food, again, was spectacular, and it didn't really need to be, because the place was just so cool and so fun. I didn't want to leave.
So I thought it was really fresh. I have an extremely sensitive palate, and I can tell if something has been in the freezer for too long. Well, many people can tell, but I mean, it just would make me not want to eat it. But the chicken wings, which I love the fact that it was the full portion of the wing with the smallest part of the wingette. That, I mean, in Jamaica we eat everything. So I was really pleased to see that the wings are portioned like that.
When we first went there, when we left, one of the comments that my wife made was, how do they make that good a food at that price.
Right.
And it's really not, if you actually look at the menu price, it's not expensive.
Not at all.
Exceptional value.
Yeah.
Exceptional value.
Did you watch the kitchen? Because I know that there's an open
It's
kitchen
open
there.
kitchen, and that's another thing that impressed me, right? You can actually see what they're doing.
I watched them watching the videos. I thought it was funny, but you know they see those videos
All the
every
time.
day.
Right, on a
But
loop,
the two cooks were watching the
into it.
music video.
Yeah.
It was a very young vibe in there, but they took their business very, very seriously.
What's the appetite of the beast or something like that?
If there's 4 of you, at least 4 of you, you order the beast, and the beast is basically everything on a
sampler.
giant platter. And the very first time I went there, we said, there was 4 of us. Oh yeah, we'll order the beast. We can do that. And I've got a big appetite. I can eat. And there's no way 4 people can consume
of
this.
food.
It just
Yeah.
you just can't
Yeah.
do it.
Now there's a dessert as well that sounds really interesting,
Well,
which is my favorite candy bar.
I think the Cadbury Flake is a kind of an ode to Britain, right?
Britain.
Because
Right.
the
It's
ice
great.
cream and the flake
Haagen-Dazs
crumble
ice
over there,
cream,
right.
and then they crumble the
And
flake
it was
over
huge,
it.
right? It was
It's
like
huge.
5 scoops of
Yeah.
ice cream.
Again,
and
it's
flake
a
on it,
sharing.
yeah.
I was too
Sure.
full. I couldn't even.
Yeah, he knocked it out. We had a good time.
Will, this was your choice. Give me a little summary.
For great barbecue at a great price, with great music, rock and roll ribs.
Lisa Gay?
Expect the unexpected. I mean, I was delighted, as I had said, just with the music too. It's totally a rock and roll atmosphere, and I liked it.
All right.
Paul?
Tons of fun, a great time, and great food on top of it. Wonderful.
Well, you can amp up your evening at Rock and Roll Ribs, located at 4651 State Road 7 in Coral Springs. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is about $25.